What is going on, guys? Days here, coming at you with another video, my second video of the series Sniper School. And happy Bungie Day to everyone that plays Destiny, or everyone just that for some reason celebrates Bungie Day when they don't play Destiny. But let's get right into the video. So in this video we're going to be talking about sniper scopes and sniper archetypes. Yeah, first off, I have like one of each sniper, the lowest impact, not the lowest, highest, stuff like that. So we're going to be talking about first scopes, which ones you should be looking forward to. The most commonly used scopes are the Longview 10, SLR 10, whatever, short gaze scope, LH10, I think that's what's called, I don't really remember, LH25, whatever. I'm going to just call it short gaze for short, and the ambush scope for the most part. But in this video, I'm going to be talking about all the other variation of scopes that you can use and still have success with, and also along with some tips on what you should do to master each scope. So in this sniper, I have the Her Fury with short gaze, and this is how short gaze looks. Okay, short gaze is a scope. It reads short range scope, quick to aim with good range. Now it says that, but it has a 4.9 times zoom. What does that mean? It means how far you have to be able to see your peripherals in your scope. For example, if I'm right in front of this drag, it's going to be hard to really see around because I'm so close in. Now if I back up, you can see much more. The less of a zoom, the easier it is to land closer range shots. The more the zoom, the farther you're going to have to be to land consistently shots. Now let me quickly note that short gaze does not provide zero aim assist after the 2.2 update or patch nerf to sniper scopes. It does not create any aim assist. Now it used to provide +5 anymore, not anymore though. Let's get into the next scope. Ambush provides 4.9 times zoom, but at the cost of -25 aim assist. Here we go. This is my Wailer's March. This is the vendor one, so yeah. This is how ambush looks. Let's go back to where these dregs are and see if we can spot a noticeably good difference in zoom. The less of a zoom you have on your scope, the more easier it is to land shots at closer range, like I said, but also it's easier to see and spot more enemies that are around the area. Ambush reads agile snipey scope, handles beautifully, rewards the skill hand, and yes, it really does. This scope is honestly one of my favorites. It feels naturally good, and that's the thing about snipers. You have to know how you feel about the scope. If you feel like you need to aim faster, there's ambush or short gaze, whichever you prefer. Sometimes also the design on the scope can be a little bit distracting. That's why I like ambush. It's only a dot. Sure, it has like some lines on it, but it's mainly about the dot. The dot is less distracting than it would be on short gaze that has a square or rectangle, sorry, on it. And this is what I'm talking about to show you. If you look closely, you do have a blue rectangle bothering the reticle. So that's why I use ambush when it comes to that. There's also another commonly used scope, the Longview 10, Longview SLR 10, and it has a 5.2 times zoom +3 aim assist. And this is my new LDR, by the way. Oh wait, wrong sniper. My bad. This one is the one I was talking about. My bad. Here you go. this is how long view looks. Just has 4 dots and 2 lines on the center with a dot in the middle. Now let's see if we can get close to some drags and show you guys the difference in zoom. Everything's dead. Well, that sucks, doesn't it? But let me just explain it to you. Here we go. See this tree? Look how close we get when we're right next to it. If that were to be an enemy, that would be a hard lock on to hit, because one, we would be flinching and being shot at the same time. So what would we have to do? We would have to back up and then prep the shot much easier. You have more space to see the enemy's head than you would if you were this close or this close, you know? It's all about like that. And now I'm gonna talk to you guys about other scopes like Omlan scopes, Haka scopes, and also some mid-range scopes. First, let's get the mid-range scopes out of the way, and by that I'm mainly saying that the only middle scope that I do enjoy using is Taxis. That's the scope I pulled out with the LDR. So now this scope has a 6 times zoom. Yeah, I know, very high zoom, and it provides 0 aim assist. Now you're like, well, Days, why do you like that scope? I honestly, like, I sit away from my screen, like really far away from my screen, so zoom doesn't really become an issue. It does not become an issue on those follow-up shots, and usually in the close range I'm not using my sniper. Now short range scopes are more better for people that like primary snipe. I mainly pull out my sniper when I feel like I need to, you know, the range where my primary can't reach. That's pretty much how I use my special slot, you know. So Taxis really helps me. It feels really good because the zoom is just perfect for my fitting, and I enjoy the scope. Now I do recommend, if you want to try out Taxis, to use Snapshot with it. You can work your way around it, but Snapshot definitely makes it for a much better experience. Now let's get on with the Omlan scope. Omlan scope is I think the only Omlan sniper there is the Irene. And this one reads standard zoom, lightweight sniper sight, improves weapon handling. This scope is called the Yapaki SS2. And yeah, cause I know how to remind myself because I didn't say it, but basically I think only Irene is the only Omlan sniper. Correct me if I'm wrong, but pretty sure that's how it is. So the Yapaki has a 5.2 times aim assist, zoom with 0 aim assist. And I do have Snapshot on this one, I'm pretty sure. So now this one's also really good scope because it's just clear, playing out just a dot. Let's get close to these guys over here, see if we can destroy their party. Now look, see this Vandal literally got in front of my face and meleeed me. It's gonna be much worse in the Crucible where you're getting shot at or rushed at. If you're aimed in deeply, at this range, that's the range that you shouldn't be using a sniper. Now, at this range, it definitely is much easier to land those shots. And let's get on to the Haka scopes. These are scopes that only Haka snipers have. And this one's called the ATA Scout. Light low zoom sniper scope, improves weapon handling. Now this one has a 5.1 times zoom and a 0 aim assist value. 0 increase of aim assist. Now I do like the scope because the reticle, if it only had just a dot and not just a sphere, a half circle with a dot in the middle, it would be much more used in my opinion. but it's just that second sphere or half circle, whatever you want to consider it, that really does make it not really worth it, because that dot covers where your enemy's head could be, and you might end up hitting, like, let's say a chest shot or shooting in the neck because you thought the dot was on the head. You know, this scope can definitely be used. With various snipers. I think the Zen Meteor has a Haka scope. So if you're on PlayStation, of course, it's a PlayStation exclusive weapon. So if you do like this scope, give it a try and see what you feel about it. Now we're gonna be talking about exotic weapons that have their own, specific scope. This is gonna be only talking about year 2 exotic weapons. Of course, Icebreaker is in year 2, so it will not be included in this video. The first weapon is called the Zen Meteor, and has a 5 times zoom with the 80 aim assist value. Yeah, it's pretty high for its impact. But it's a fun gun. Yeah, so it basically has just the Haka scope, like I said earlier, and if you can learn to manage it, be my guest and use that sniper. It's a pretty awesome sniper. Black Spindle is number 2, with 5 times zoom with only 39 base aim assist. This is the highest impact type of sniper. Slowest rate of fire. It only has 3 in the mag, but its impact is high enough to where you can body shot someone if they're low enough. So it's a pretty good plus on that weapon. Now breaking it down, we have the Hereafter with 5 times zoom and 75 aim assist. Or, because of its main perk, you get 12.5 zoom if you're crouched. Now 12.5 is really ridiculous. And honestly, if someone ever were to hit like a breaker just crouched with the Zen Meteor, I would have to give them props, because 12.5 is insanely high for a sniper. And I'm not saying it's a good thing at all. I'm not saying it in a good way. I'm saying that's bad, because that's insane zoom. Like, maybe if you get like maps like Sky Shock, First Light, and Bastion, maps like that, maybe that sniper would work. But I haven't seen those maps even in the rotation anymore, so I don't even know if they're in the game, if they're in the playlist. So that gets out. Next up is Patience in Time, with a 7 times aim assist, or you can get 6.5 if you wear custom optics. Now, sure, 6.5 does reduce the 7 zoom, but it's like really small. 0.5 of a difference. It's only 0.5 of a difference, so it's not worth it. It's not worth using custom optics. I think in that slot, I think it'll be better to use fitted stock. And the reason I say that is because I don't think Field Scout works with it, because I used to use Field Scout and I would still spawn with 6 bullets in the mag. So yeah, that gun, I'd say it's really good. Like, I enjoyed it the little bit that I used it. So yeah, Patience in Time would definitely, like, the whole, if you were to aim down sight and go aim down sight and go invisible with Patience in Time, the black lines around it would disappear, letting you see more around your surroundings and see if anybody's trying to flank you, because you do have third eye, and that would help you provide. It's a really good counter sniper. It's a really good weapon. I enjoy using it a little bit that I did. And next up, we have No Land Beyond. It's a primary sniper. Sniper that goes in your primary slot, and has a 4 times zoom with 40 aim assist. And this guy just walked up next to me. What do you want? But 40 base aim assist, and No Land Beyond is unique because of two reasons: that it is bolt action sniper, and the second reason is that if it's in your primary slot, I enjoy the weapon. It does take skill to use. Probably the most skillful weapon, I'd say so. And skillful weapon as sniper wise is what I mean. That No Land Beyond definitely takes time to master. And second up, we have Queenbreaker's bow, both the combat and the marksman sight. The combat sight gives you a 2.5 zoom, and the marksman sight gives you a 4 times zoom. 4 times, and an 80 base aim assist. Then you get plus 15 with hidden hand, so that's a total of 95 aim assist. Now, as tempting as that sounds, 95, it's like, whoa. You gotta take note that this is a fusion sniper. It's a fusion rifle that acts like a sniper. It's a fusion rifle that needs headshots to kill. Basically what I'm trying to say. So it's a challenge. It's one of those weapons like No Land Beyond that takes skill to use. If you gotta get good with it, it takes practice. It definitely takes practice, and yeah. Next up, we're going to be talking about archetypes, their rate of fire and their impact specifically. Their highest impact, such as Black Spindle and Zen Meteor. The highest impact have a rate of fire of 12 and an impact of 37. The middle impact, such as Thousand Yard Stare, LDR, Longbow, stuff like that, have a rate of fire of 19 and an impact of 31. Middle but not low impact rate of fire type. This is your antinomy, such antinomy, Hereafter, Patience in Time, stuff like that. Defiance of Yasmin have a rate of fire of 26 and an impact of 22. Next up is your low but not lowest impact type, such as the Extra Solar. I can't really think of the name right now, but the Extra Solar and the Crucible Sniper and stuff like that have a 37 rate of fire and a 16 impact. The lowest impact type, such as the Waylaren's March, it cannot res snipe, by the way. This weapon cannot res snipe on a max armor Striker Titan. Anything lower than that can. Anything higher than that can. So this weapon, if you want to use it in trials or 3v3 that requires revive shields, this is not your go-to weapon if you want to use that. But it has a rate of fire of 40 and your impact is 13. Now, what does that mean? 13 impact means that if you have a max armor guardian such as a Striker Titan, it will take 3 body shots to kill him. Or 2 body shots and 1 headshot, or just 1 headshot overall. So, yeah. Yeah. Now this is your decision on what you want to use and what you choose to use. I definitely recommend using the ambush scope and the Taxis scope. I do know people like that long view 10 and short gaze. Those are the most common one used. So try just what fits you, what you feel that is the best. Be my guest and use it. This has been Day Sniping, and I'm out.